as you can see, there is no longer a pool table behind me. Not to worry, still got my cues, still enjoy playing. But the table is gone because I no longer have a use for it in this office because, you probably guessed it, I'm selling the office. This is chapter 4 in the channel's lifespan. It's the 4th novel. It's the 4th movie, the 4th season.
Season 4,
if you will. I like season 4. Is this season 4 or chapter 4?
Why not both?
Yeah, I kind of liked it. It's the 4th season. Everyone's so confused right now. Let me clear things up. It's kind of weird filming with people around again.
I think we're not used to it.
I'm not used to it. Like people just walking by, and I feel like I got to stop when they go by because it's weird.
Yeah. We are in a public area after all. You know?
We've been isolated for so long, dude. This is so weird.
There's people.
Okay, a few weeks ago we teased that we were going to be working. So thrown up. A few weeks ago we teased that, the new office, we're changing, we're going to the pontoon, and where that's true, and we have done that. There was a bit of truth in the changing of offices. To the point where I actually am moving my office. The unit that you've seen and come to know as the HQ with all of the fun catwalks and glass boxes and beer taps and cool stuff, that's all for sale as of next week. And if you want to buy it, by all means, I would love you to. The listing will be online. But we're selling that, and we are actually moving back to Main Street. You know how I'm always talking about texture? Can't get more texture than that there, baby. Look at that wall. Look at that wall. Are we doing an urban exploration right now, or is this the new office? You could do some epic B-roll at this window. Example. Welcome to chapter 4. Dude, you haven't been here since it was painted.
It looks so clean now.
Our light source is a singular skylight. That's it, bro. So if we ever need to see what the weather is, or get some vitamin D, or just, remember that we do live in the world, this is where we'll stand. We can only film on clear sky days. It really changes brightness with that skylight, eh? With the clouds coming and going, it's like bright and then it's not. So we're gonna have to put like some aperture lights in here to counter that fluctuation that's constantly happening. If you turn around, this is just gonna be empty zone all the way around. Maybe a backdrop back here, Dope Squad sign, film set. Maybe we film over here and we edit here. And then this little, what I would assume was a boardroom. Maybe this is gear room, just for our equipment. A little Husky bench, some blankets, a couple racks. There's a single pot light, which is hilarious. You turn it on from the outside. come. And there's 2 little offices down here. This one with enough cable to surely start a fire jammed into the wall. So we're here for 8 months-ish. This is like the transition purgatory office, the temp space, while our next kind of project is under construction. So I don't have enough to share about that one yet, but this will be our home for the next half+ year. We're going from like sound panels in the ceiling, glass walls, and polished concrete floors and fire poles to dope drop ceilings. But I kind of like it. There's charm to that. This is gonna be like DIY studio on a budget. How good can we make this space with the least amount of money possible, since we're just renting and we're only here for a half year plus, give or take? Challenge accepted. Believe. Oh, you remember the train from Maine? Remember when we were filming videos back in chapter 2? And we'd have to pause for the train? I forgot about that. Now, before we go on to the details of chapter 4, it's important to thank the sponsor for today's video that does make things like this happen for me and the business, and that is Squarespace. If you have a business yourself, Squarespace is the best platform to use to get that off the ground or keep it going if it's already off the ground. They offer award-winning templates that are constantly changing, so you always have fresh stuff to choose from. It's an all-in-one platform. It's easy to use. They have great 24/7 customer service. Their platform offers a diverse set of tools, like being able to host podcasts or an online shop to sell presets or prints or whatever physical object or digital object that you might have for your company or future company. One of the cool, exciting new things is subscription-based services and offerings, so you can pay gate different things so that your clients have to pay in order to get access. Or if you wanted to book appointments, you can set those things up so that your clients are booking appointments and seeing your availability online as well. Crucial tools that just help the business, help the machine keep turning. And if you don't have something like that in 2022, I highly recommend it. Even if it's a splash page with just some contact details, it's just such a good thing to have. A web presence absolutely is necessary for any type of creative role you're currently doing. So you can save 10% off your first purchase, or if you're renewing, you can save 10% off as well if you use code McKinnon at checkout. I've left it in the top line of the description below. So thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video and sponsoring my videos since day one. They've been a great partner, and I love affiliating myself with cool people doing cool things that have a good product. All right, now let's explain chapter 4. So this is the new space. This is the temporary spot. Now, this skylight is actually amazing because the light here is perfect. I feel like I don't even have this quality light from a window in my current office right now. So the main reason for this was, obviously, whenever I don't feel inspiration or creatively inspired in the space that I'm in, I like to change it up. And sometimes that's just moving things around, and sometimes that's moving the space itself. And that's just who I've always been. I allured to that in the last video, but we just felt like it was time for the next chapter, and I think going to a smaller spot for the meantime before we realize the next vision, which is exciting. I think the smallness of it is going to be kind of cozy, and it's going to look great when we get our art in here and our desks and our lights, so I'm very excited for it. I don't think it's going to be bad at all, and being back on Maine, close to all my friends, it's just gonna be something that's gonna make me want to create more. And that's ultimately my goal always, to just continue the fight. Keep making things as long as I can, and what's required of me when I'm doing that is happiness and motivation and inspiration, and those things come from me in different ways. And right now, I think I'm gonna get it more here. And that's funny because, you know, you look at a spot like this and I'm surrounded by other units, and there's an AC unit above that's super loud, and there's trains, and there's people walking by, and there's drop ceilings, and it's a far cry from the studio that I have now. But those things don't make me a good creator, and those things don't ultimately fuel my passion for making videos. So ultimately, they're not really needed. So if they're not providing for you, get rid of them. There's no sense holding on to that, and realizing that and making these changes has already been something that both Kirk and I are already very excited on. Oh, and there's a coffee shop downstairs. If any of you missed coffee montages, they're back. And if you've had enough of them forever, just leave now. It's about to get weird. Kirk, you remember this spot? How many times have we gone down this alleyway?
Iconic.
It's quintessential Peter McKinnon and Matty Hapoya, I would dare to say. So is that train. Red wall, selfie stick wall.
I was a fan when you took that video.
Was still a fan, he
I'm not a
says.
fan anymore, you know.
I hate you now.
He's the worst.
You're a sellout. I got this place in 2018. It took about a year to put it together. All of 2019 to put it together. Moved in at the beginning of 2020 with big plans and aspirations for tons of people to come here and hang out. And then COVID happened and I spent almost over a year here by myself, which was kind of a bummer. A nice place to spend the time, obviously. So yes, I am selling this office. I will be listing it soon. Anyone can buy it. If you need this office and it's perfect for you, then yeah, you should buy it. Please buy it. Someone please buy it. But I think both Kirk and I have reached a point where it's done its job. It's done its job for us, it's served us well, and it's time for it to serve someone else well. Close the book. You know, people are always asking me, like, are you gonna miss it? Aren't you gonna miss, like, you put so much work into it. I'm like, yeah, of course I'm gonna miss it. I still miss the bedroom office. I missed Maddie's office. I'll miss this office. But just because I miss it doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It's not a bad memory. It's not a bad miss. It's a good miss. They were fond memories. They served me very well for the time that I needed them. Now it's time to move on.
Tell me about that blue hat.
These were from 2018 when for 2 weeks I decided to be a hype beast and I got a brand deal with StockX and they sent me like 20 pairs of shoes. And I put them on today and immediately regretted how white and bright they are. Thank you for pointing them out. And my blue hat is because I went and saw Machine Gun Kelly last night and it says sellout on the back and I thought that was funny and I like it. So I wore it. Now you're making me feel insecure. I regret my choices.